Seattle, Washington. It's This Is Not Late Night with Tyler Barker. Comedy, sports, travel, and whatever else he can get away with. And now,
please welcome your host, Tyler Barker.
Hey folks, thank you. Hi, hello, hi. Welcome back to another episode of This Is Not Late Night with Tyler. I'm Tyler, and actually it is pretty late. And so welcome to the show. Oh, yes. Before I forget, we actually have our very first special guest come to the show. His name is Evan. He actually works at Seattle Colleges, and so I went down to Central College in Seattle, and I actually got to talk to him a little bit about traveling and just his thoughts on traveling and why you should do it. And so I think you should go take a look. Please enjoy. Thank you, Evan, for coming to the show. I appreciate it. Go ahead, take a look. Unique experience.
Woohoo!
And so, welcome. Evan.
Welcome.
Thank you so much
Sure,
for coming
yeah,
to the
yeah.
show.
It's
This
great
is
to be
great.
here.
Actually, this is our seventh
It's a lot. Yeah.
podcast
Been a number of podcasts.
that we've done.
2, 4, yeah, maybe 7.
Yeah, because I remember my first time here, and then the second time we did yours, because you do the international.
Seattle College's Conversations With. Check it out on Apple Podcasts or YouTube.
Yeah. So what has that been like?
Great.
Is it really exciting?
Great. So my podcast here, I work for Seattle Colleges here in the great city of Seattle, Washington. We have 3 campuses. I'm located at the central campus, but we use the podcast as a way to reach out to students, give them a really easy way to learn about being a student in the United States, learn about community colleges, because a lot of times they don't understand what's a community college.
Mm-hmm.
I designed the show so that they can just get good information about being a student, whether they come to Seattle Colleges or not. I mean, we hope you'll come to Seattle Colleges, but if you don't, that's okay. I'll just cry myself to sleep at night, knowing that you didn't come here. But check out the podcast. A lot of great information. We interview students, staff, government people, other universities to highlight that transfer process. We're in our 4th season.
That's so cool. Oh my God, the 4th season. I bet you've learned a lot from season 1 until season 4. I would imagine so, right?
Lots, yeah, a lot. In fact, when I first started, I was using this little mic that I use. It's really more of a guitar mic.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any other equipment, and I kind of got the green light to try out the podcast.
Yeah.
And the reason I did a podcast is because I needed to do something to reach out to students. And every university, every college in the U.S. has a channel on YouTube. They have Instagram, they have Facebook. And I was just like, what could we do that's different? And I looked around and not many schools have podcasts.
Right.
I was like,
yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and it's been really popular. We've got a lot more subscribers now.
That's so cool.
I've had, I think maybe I've told you this, but I've gone to other parts of the world and had people recognize me now.
That is so freaking
Which is
cool.
really weird.
No way. That's
So
crazy.
I went to Senegal, West Africa.
Uh-huh.
And I went to the embassy to do this talk. And a kid was just leaning against the fence, and I walked up to give my passport to the guards.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, I've seen your podcast.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And I was just in
my
Saudi
God.
Arabia recently. And I had some people say that they had watched the podcast. So it's happening more and more. Just people will be like, hey, I watched your podcast.
Oh my God.
That's really cool. Totally unsolicited.
Yeah.
I don't really know who I'm talking to. It's really kind of fun.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
what a fun experience.
Minor celebrity.
That's
Super minor.
That is so cool. But it's even fascinating that's in different countries. So you're that means that you're connecting different cultures all together.
Absolutely. I mean, most of our audience is overseas, although I do have a domestic audience now. But most of them are outside the country because that's kind of who we're targeting.
Yeah, that must feel so inspirational.
It's cool.
It's oh my God, what? That's crazy. Watch my show. It's insane.
It is really great. Because when you try something new, you're like, I don't know if this is going to take off or not. But I worked really hard myself, and some of my other recruiters, not my recruiters, the other recruiters here have also, used the podcast to reach out to students and say, hey, check this out. So just slowly that audience is built. It's been really great. And a lot of people find the information useful. I mean, I don't have data on who's watched the show, but then they make a decision to go elsewhere.
Mhm.
But I do know that we've had a number of students decide and choose Seattle colleges simply because they watch the podcast. And that makes me feel pretty good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I
That's
love
great. One of
Does-
the favorite part of the job, really.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think like did they ever ask, can I be on your show?
Yeah, actually, more and more all the time. Now that I've got traction, I have international students actually approach me.
No way.
They're like, please
That's
let me be on your
crazy.
show. Can I be on your show?
That's insane. 'Cause-
Especially students that are like in marketing, or,
Uh-huh.
or they're studying business, so they kind of want the experience of what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
yeah. That is awesome. Because I remember you were like trying to find people, and there's like other people that weren't into it, and it's just,
Yes.
you had to like keep going and like doing it over and because that's where I'm at right now, like on my podcast stage, where it's like I find people, and then if it's not interested, I'm like, okay, fine, no, whatever.
Right.
So like I'm also like at the stage where it's like I'm trying new and different things, like
Sure.
trying different styles and whatnot.
Yeah, knowing what you're. I mean, it's nice to have a focus so that they kind of know what they're getting into. It's like,
Mhm.
well, why am I coming on your show? I mean, it could just be like, I think, didn't you have, was it called Coffee Talk or Table?
Oh yeah, table for two.
Table for two.
That's right.
So, and you're just doing conversations,
Yes,
basically.
yes,
So if
yes.
that's your focus, which I think is really cool, and inspirational, by the way, just go with that
Mhm.
and just say, looking for unique individuals, just kind of talk about their lives, letting them know how long you're going to be interviewing them. You know,
Mhm.
all those little details help them have a framework in their
Mhm.
mind so that they're less likely to say no.
Right.
And it just takes planning too. I mean, I do it every week. So sometimes I have to look months down the road. It's like, oh, I know I'm going to be traveling. So I need to bank a few episodes.
Mhm.
So like I'm not under pressure every
Yeah.
week to do it. Like if I can get a few done in a row, like the other day I went out to South Seattle College and I did 3 interviews back to back to back just so I can bank them, which is great because it's a
Uh-huh.
bit of a
Yeah.
stretch to
Yeah.
drive out to
Mhm.
South Seattle. So I wanted to get that done.
Mhm.
And I want South to be well represented.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, it
That-
does take planning.
Yeah. Have you had like a favorite episode you enjoyed the most?
Oh man, that's really hard. That's a great question though. I don't know. I just like them all because everybody's so different.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've had shy guests, I've had really outgoing guests, but they all have like these unique experiences on like how they got to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard for me to choose one that I really like the most.
Mm-hmm.
Although if you talk to my mother and Royce, they're probably my most loyal listeners. Shout out to you guys. Love you guys.
That's awesome.
But the Young family, they listen every week, and I know they definitely have some favorites.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Okay, so now this has been on my mind recently. So I like the idea of traveling, and so like I would like to, since I'm like in the age of like go travel, and so
But like my bank account's empty.
right, and your bank accounts are empty. So what do you do with that?
That's a really great question. If you can do a job that allows you to live and work overseas, like teaching English, for example, like
Mhm.
maybe when you're done with school, you go spend a year or 2 in Japan teaching English to Japanese people,
Mhm.
or go to China and teach English.
Mhm.
So then you're over there already. So you're teaching during the week, and then on your free time, you go visit cool locations.
Mhm.
That's one way to do it when you're poor. Another way is to have a job where you just like teach online.
Mhm.
Like I taught for VIP Kid for quite a while, where I was teaching Chinese students online. I was able to make enough money where my wife and we just lived in Europe, and I made enough I wasn't getting rich, don't get me wrong. And I didn't have like medical benefits and that kind of stuff, but it was enough for us to kind of be there and live,
Mhm.
travel around. And for you, you're young, so medical benefits might not be as big a deal for you.
Mhm.
You can just go travel. You're also unencumbered. Like you're not married, you have no kids, you have no dog,
Yeah.
cat. So this is a great time to go out and do it.
Mhm.
So maybe, also if you have special skills, building a small business where you can do that
Mhm.
stuff remotely,
Mhm.
that's another great way to do it.
Mhm.
Like if you're into desktop publishing and designing, that stuff's getting easier to do with AI. So I have a feeling a lot of those are going away. But
Yeah.
if you can find something that isn't impacted too much by AI, yeah, I feel
Mm.
bad for your generation, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
AI is going to kill everything I'm just so cynical, and I've been listening to this book called Life 3.0, which I recommend everybody check out. It's kind of a dense, I mean, it's accessible material the way they write it,
Mhm.
but it's also a lot of physics, and I mean, there's just a lot of information
Right.
in there. But they talk about all the different scenarios, like
Mhm.
maybe AI will make us a utopia and everything will be wonderful, or maybe the robots will kill us all.
Yeah.
I mean, and then there's like all these variations in between those two endpoints of what could happen. I tend to be on the pessimistic side. I
Mhm.
think AI is really going to screw up society big time. But hopefully, maybe things will be okay.
Yeah.
Kind of got off on a rant there.
No,
sorry.
it's okay. No, you're fine. You're good. You're good. So like, okay, so that kind of like goes up to my another question where like you have friends, right? And then like you tell them like, hey, let's go traveling, and then they have the yayers and the knowers. Like you say yes, but then they actually never actually do
I
it.
was like,
So then do you go by yourself and just travel then, like, or what do you do with that?
well, I would travel alone if I were you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the nice thing about traveling alone is you have no one else you have to worry about. Like if you just want to get up and go, or you want to do things that are spontaneous, you just do them. I think that's a really great way to go. And you're always going to meet people on the road anyway.
Right.
I mean, unless you're in a hotel room all the time and just totally shy. I'm not worried about you.
Uh-huh.
You're outgoing, so you're just going to meet people and we're like, yeah, let's go to Tokyo today or whatever, and then you just do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love traveling with my wife. She's a really great traveler. We're very compatible.
That's cool.
But it does change the dynamic.
It does. Yeah.
So I like to just plan trips with her,
Mm.
so I know like when I go, she's one of those kind of people, love you, honey, but she's one of those kind of people that are just like, you plan it, I'll just be there.
Oh,
do
that's
whatever.
nice. Oh, that's cool.
And so I'm kind of just, we're going here now. And she's just like,
Okay, sounds great. Let's
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
That sounds amazing. That's great.
But when I went by myself, I can just
Do whatever you want.
if I don't want to sleep, I don't
Mhm.
sleep. If I don't want to eat, I don't eat. But when you have other people to worry about, you don't want them getting hangry.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, I haven't eaten, or I'm cold, or
Yeah.
I'm wet, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if I just only worry about me, it's
Yeah, that's
really
fine.
great.
Was there ever like a situation that was like really dangerous but wasn't actually dangerous? And you're just like, whoa, that was fun. Okay. All right.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Although I did take a backpacking trip. This was quite a while ago. I was pretty young. Took a bunch of Boy Scouts in the Weminich Wilderness area of southwestern Colorado. And it was early in the season, and we were really high up in the Rockies. So there was a lot of snow still, a lot of runoff on the creeks. And we were crossing one fairly swollen creek. And I just went to step from one rock to another and slipped or missed it, or I don't know, but I bashed my head on a rock.
Oh my
And I went up
God.
to here and freezing cold water. So we had to stop our hike for the day and immediately set up tents and get me out of my wet clothes because hypothermia is a real thing.
Yeah.
So I had to get dry clothes. I had to get warm again. I was bleeding from my head, so
Oh,
we
dude.
had to make sure I didn't get a concussion
Mhm.
or anything. And there were only 2 adults on the trip. It was me and one other adult.
Oh no.
Everybody else were minors, so they kind of needed us healthy. So we just stopped, ate, got warm, and just made up for it the next day. So yeah, I've had that kind of situation happen. But traveling internationally, I've just been really lucky, knock on wood. Like, I've accepted a ride from somebody that could have turned bad, I suppose. I was in Canada once, just cruising around, and I met this guy in a bar. And rather than staying I was going to stay like at a hostel or Airbnb or something.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'll give you a ride an hour and a half north of here,
Oh,
and you
no.
can just stay at our house. So like, I'm like, sure, yeah. Like I have no idea who this guy is, but we drive like way out into the woods of British Columbia.
And then the journey.
Like they could have eaten me and
Yeah.
buried my bones, but thankfully that didn't happen.
That's
It was a
good.
great experience. You
Great.
got to be careful, and I just
Right.
probably could have been more careful there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been lucky. Thank the heavens. Yeah.
Cool. Can I take a break really quick? to
Sure,
see if
take a
that's,
break.
Okay, we'll be right back. I want to make sure like this is still going.